I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty excited because football is finally back. And even though it's just the preseason and it's not that exciting to watch, I think there are a few different takeaways that we could take away from this year's Hall of Fame game. Now, what are those things? Omarion Hampton. Let's jump right in the film and see why this kid is so exciting to watch and why I think the NFL is in trouble against this Chargers team. Okay, for the first play that we're going to be looking at here, you're going to see the Chargers are going to come out in 12 personnel, meaning they have one running back on the field, Omarion Hampton, two tight ends, both on the right side of the line of scrimmage, but one's actually a fullback here on this play, and he's ultimately going to be put into motion, and we're going to run some sort of counter play. The reason I love this is because Jim Harbaugh and the Chargers' identity is to get as many big people in the game as possible and run it down your throat to open up the pass so that Justin Herbert can play mistake-free football and beat you when it matters most. Now, ultimately, with Omarion Hampton, you're going to be able to run it on second and third and short and pick up those easy first downs. I'm going to let it run through, and then we're going to break it down right after. Here we see the tight end go in motion. Hampton takes the handoff and he's immediately met with penetration up front. There's no open holes, so since Hampton knows he only needs 1 yard, his goal is to attack the smallest defender, drop his shoulder, and fall forward, and that's exactly what he does here. This is why the Chargers are going to be scary, because with as big of a front as they have, if they get Najee Harris and Omarion Hampton the ball in these short yardage situations, they're always going to pick up the first down, keeping them on the field, wearing down your defense, and letting Justin Herbert pick you apart. Let's go to the next play here. This is the play right after. You see they have the defense on their heels, and they're just going to keep pounding the rock. They almost pick up another first down because Omarion Hampton is just running downhill here. We see the linebacker ultimately gets in the backfield immediately, but Omarion Hampton is just quick enough that he's able to escape before getting dragged down. And what I really want you to notice here on this play is how difficult it is to get him down. He's such a big running back. This is all anyone has raved about all throughout the Chargers training camp, is just how big of a running back he is and how difficult it is to get him down. Therefore, you're not going to get him down with arm tackles. Okay, this to me was one of the most disappointing plays of the game, just simply because I feel like a majority of the top running backs in the NFL are going to punch that into the end zone. But I think there are a few different reasons why he didn't actually score here on this play. Let's break them down. One, he's used to college cornerbacks. He's not used to corners coming up and making plays in the open field like that. You see, he went for the stiff arm. He's not used to getting his legs taken out from him by a corner. So he's going to get used to that at the next level. And the one other thing we're actually going to notice here with the block by number 84. Let's check it out. Here we see that the Chargers have a numbers advantage on the left side of the field due to that tight end motion. You have 3 defensive backs, 2 wide receivers, and a running back. Therefore, if the wide receivers execute on their blocks, the running back is going to have a one-on-one with the safety. Here we end up seeing this slot cornerback actually blitz, resulting in each one of these receivers' new job just being to block their man, and if they can do that, it'll be a foot race with Omarion Hampton to the outside pylon with this inside linebacker, who is much, much further away from the pylon than he is. But what ends up happening is Trey Lance eyes down this end, cause the end to get flat-footed, allowing Omarion Hampton to beat him to the outside. But you see 84 here at the top of the screen, rather than blocking his man, goes to run a route to get Rock Ya-Sin caught up with him in unison. But because Rock Ya-Sin is a smart player, once he sees his route being ran lazily, he realizes it's a running play and gets back to the football. Now, I'm not going to say he is completely at fault here, because what I would like to see him do is this. I do realize that in an ideal world, you're meant to cut this to the pylon and win the foot race with the linebacker or the DN that's on your tail. But when you have a receiver blocking in the way that 84 is in this moment, which is not at all, I'd ultimately rather you just cut it straight up the field and get north to south as quickly as possible, because it's 3rd and 2. And you made your team get to an unnecessary 4th down because you were trying to force a touchdown in a situation you could have easily picked up the first down. Speaking of that 4th down, here it is. This is why the Chargers are going to be so scary this season with Najee Harris and Omarion Hampton. Now, I know what you're thinking. Xavier, that was just a normal boot play. How is that going to make the Chargers unstoppable? But I don't want you to so much think about the boot. I want you to think about the formation. The Chargers are able to put all big men on the field, and there's absolutely nothing you're able to do about it. Because if you don't send in your package to handle a run commit, you're ultimately going to get the ball ran down your throat constantly, and you're not going to be able to do anything about it. But if you bring your heavier defenders on the field to stop this run, they're able to just run quick boots and deep play action shots on you the entire game because they have one of the biggest offensive lines in the league, great blocking tight ends, strong, tall wide receivers, and now they might have two of the most powerful running backs in the NFL in Najee Harris and Omarion Hampton. So just think about that before you see the Chargers as an easy win on your schedule this season.